I'm going to start by asking Mr. Allen to read the item, please.
Madam Chair, members of the board, this item is brought to the board by Supervisor Farr and Supervisor Lavagnino. It's a hearing to receive and file a report from Pacific Gas and Electric of Southern California Edison regarding installation of smart meters in Santa Barbara County and take action as appropriate.
Thank you, Mr. Allen.
The other issue was customer choice, and you heard that they filed with the CPUC for an opt-out proposal.
Right.
Are you part of that, or are you planning to do that separately? Where are you on this?
No, we were not ordered or petitioned to provide an opt-out proposal, and we're not planning to provide an opt-out proposal at this time.
Madam Chair, honorable supervisors, you've already heard or will hear many disturbing facts and stories about the problems with smart meters, and I do not want to rehash those concerns, so to be as pithy as possible, I have only 2 points. First, United States Supreme Court, case of Griswold versus Connecticut, ruled that citizens have a right to privacy based on the 9th Amendment of our great Constitution, which states, "The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people." The Constitution further states in the 4th Amendment that the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated. Members of the board, the smart meter rollout and the development of the smart grid system is the antithesis of these two great amendments. The smart meter is designed to collect on a continuous basis electrical, gas, and water usage and transmit those data to a private monopolistic corporation that is ruled by government, namely the CPUC. This continuous collection will allow the corporation to know exactly how your resources are being used and can easily deduce what you are using your power to do within the protected privacy of your home. These data can be made available to any other corporation or government entity that the CPUC deems appropriate. Add to that disturbing fact the deployment of the home network, which will allow a utility company to turn off appliances, thermostats, and even the power, gas, or water to the entire house, leaves us with a very dangerous precedent and a very dangerous database of information. Second, these smart meters are subject to hacking. As mentioned in the books provided to you, one individual posted on the internet 3 different ways to hack into a smart meter. Could this be used to control one's own meter? Could this be used to control someone else's meter? Could this be used for nefarious means on an entire community? The utilities are assuring us that the necessary protections are in place and that we have nothing to worry about. I'm sure that the Sony Corporation, experts in computing technology, thought the same thing until they were hacked and lost the security of millions of its users' private data. Once you've hacked into one of these smart meters, how difficult will it be to use that as an access point to the entire smart grid? While you, as Board of Supervisors, cannot control the development of the smart grid, you can take a stand and tell the CPUC that you will not tolerate the abuse of your constituents and that you demand that the CPUC, PG&E, and Edison provide a no-cost opt-out option to this dangerous deployment, not only for individuals, but also for entire communities who take their safety and freedom seriously. Thank you for hearing my plea.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Not ordered or petitioned to provide an opt-out proposal, and we're not planning to provide an opt-out proposal at this time.
I would like to speak in the name of our renter in Orchid, who is probably kind of your neighbor. And she was very surprised about the fact that she didn't even know about this smart meter. She has never heard about a smart meter. She got a letter from PG&E that she didn't open up because she thought it was advertisement. So she got kind of blamed when I told her to open up that letter, and I was very upset about the fact that she couldn't reverse this whole situation. And so I asked her to contact PG&E. They said she has to call the smart meter hotline in Sacramento, and they confirmed that she already had the smart meter, which she saw right around the corner of our house. And we are very concerned that landlords don't have any say in this case. They are surprised by the bill payers, which are the renters of their properties, and that they don't even know sometimes that this happens. Another comparison I would like to make about injustice is that PG&E and Edison say that cell phones, microwaves are very dangerous to us, our health. And I remember Edison didn't even mention anything about the health concern. So obviously it doesn't seem to be interesting to them to mention any safety about health. And they say that we all have microwaves and cell phones. But we have the right to not microwave food or defrost it with a microwave. We have the right just to have a landline, but we have no right to say no to the smart meter. And it's a monopole situation. Edison and PG&E, they say, well, if you don't want electricity, just skip it. So how are we doing this? We're living in an electrical world where everything runs with electricity. So I don't think we would be willing to have no more freezers, refrigerators, that we need to preserve our food and all this, so we are stuck. And the people don't think about it. They just say, oh, well, just go over it and, get over it and just accept it because we are the only one who give you the electricity. And I think that's very, very like dictatorship and scary to us as the customers, and we can't really say no. We have no option, no choice. I emailed pretty much everybody I know, city, government, everybody. So I called people, and the mayor of Carpinteria actually said, what really sucks and makes me upset is that we have no choice. And that's what I think is the real truth. And we have no say, even though we have these meetings, we can put a ban. If they shut off the electricity, we are stuck again, and we have to figure out what to do then. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
No, we were not ordered or petitioned to provide an opt-out proposal, and we're not planning to provide an opt-out proposal at this time.
Welcome.
Thank you so much that I could be here. At this time, I'm going to start right in the middle of it because I heard so much. My husband has to sit outside our home because the smart meter is on the living room wall. He cannot be inside that living room ever. He has to sleep in his own bed with towels on his head. When he exposes himself in these rooms, his mind shuts off, his head goes down, he doesn't answer me anymore, and he can't walk in the end. We saw doctors. He's a veteran. Nobody can help him because electronics are very, very bad for him. And they told me at PG&E, I cannot opt out. And here we are. I called ahead of time before we got it installed. Warned them. I cannot opt out, I was told. The next day after the installment, less than 24 hours ago, I pleaded with them from 8 in the morning, and they could check their records, till 4 in the afternoon, to please get that old meter back. We can't do that. Impossible. So I called Wellington, the installer's company. I talked to them supervisors. I talked to so many supervisors, I won't even name them. No, they can't do that. It goes through PG&E. So my last step was CPUC, which is California Public Commissioners, Utilities Commissioner. That gentleman was very nice. He told me to put foil paper on the wall. We did that, layer upon layer and upon layer. My husband cannot live with that. Then we put on top of that, a neighbor gave us aluminum insulation for roofs. We put that on. Foam, put that on. Count the layers, please. Then we put bubble paper on, another layer, a foam layer, and a carpet. Then somebody from PG&E said, well, you can always move your meter at your cost. CPUC told me that, Mrs. Ofer, if you do that, that might be a cost of $5,000. It's your cost. And with the problem your husband lives with, it probably won't help. Please, help.
Thank you, ma'am.
No, we were not ordered or petitioned to provide an opt-out proposal, and we're not planning to provide an opt-out proposal at this time.
If somebody is in PG&E's territory and they have not had a smart meter installed and would like to be put on the delay list, the number they should call is 1-877-743-7378.
Correct.
Did I get that right? Okay. Now, if somebody has one installed and wants it removed pending action by the CPUC, is there a number they can call for that?
No.
All right, there is no number for that. So, Madam Chair, you know, I would like to take some action today, so I'm going to go ahead and make a motion and see what support there is for it. Certainly, I think we're all about choices and options, so I'd like to make a motion that the board sends a letter to the CPUC requesting a free opt-out option for both PG&E and SC customers in Santa Barbara County, and that our legislative committee review all state and federal legislation that might be introduced to do with the smart meter issue.
Is there a second?
Madam Chair, I'd like to second that motion.
Any comments? Mr. Allen, you want to call? Oh, excuse me.
I would just like to say that on smart meters, my 82-year-old mother-in-law just moved in with me. We don't need a smart meter. We need somebody like her. She has turned off every light in my house and unplugged every appliance.
Thank you, Mr. Lavanino. She's a pretty awesome. Oh, thank you. Mr. Allen.
Ms. Wolf?
Aye.
Ms. Farr? Mr. Lavagnino? Mr. Carbajal? Ms. Gray?
Aye, thank you. And thank you all for being with us today, and we will continue to move ahead. With that, the Board of Supervisors is adjourned.